Hello, and welcome to our first YouTube video
Ever.
ever. This is Spuds. I'm his dad. We'll go with that. All right, so of course it's the NFL season, so why wouldn't we make NFL picks? I mean, we're as good as anybody else, right?
Yeah, totally.
Totally. I mean, we're in the know. We know stuff. We obviously are part of the fandom.
We have Commanders.
Well, you know.
The
I
season
still haven't gotten over that. But anyhow, so we did picks last week, which we didn't record because we just now thought of this idea. So, but we did write them down. And so we will do a verse, me versus him. And we'll start with last week's. And we'll go over this quickly because we got picks to do this week because I know you guys are so interested in what we have to say about NFL, right?
Right.
Okay, right. So last week they opened up, opening kickoff was Ravens Chiefs.
Thursday Night Football.
That's right, it was. And who did you choose on that one?
I chose Kansas City.
Well, of course, I chose Kansas City as well.
So we were on that one.
Yep, so we were dead across the board on that one. Next game up, I got the Packers versus the Eagles, which was that Friday night game.
Yep.
In Brazil.
First time.
That's right. We didn't get to see it.
No.
It's on Prime.
So I went with the Eagles. Saquon was on fire that entire game. He lit it up.
Yeah, he did. So I also went with the Eagles because, I don't know, just a gut reaction. So that makes me 2-0.
I'm 2-0 too.
Oh, that's true.
Okay.
All right, next was Steelers-Falcons, which I chose Steelers.
I chose Falcons. How are they supposed to know Kirk Cousins was going to suck?
Well, I mean, you can't say suck.
Okay.
We'll edit that out.
Okay.
We don't have editing on this, though.
Yes, we do.
I can cut some parts out.
Anyhow, no disrespect to Kirk Cousins. I just believe more in Mike Tomlin. And I actually thought Russell Wilson was playing. So I thought Russell Wilson would come back, have a huge game, come to find out he didn't play at all. Who knew? Justin Fields, actually, that was a shocker for me.
Yeah.
That was like, who knew that Justin Fields was going to... He didn't play lights out or anything, but he played a lot better than I thought he would.
Yep.
And so kudos to him.
Improvement.
All right, next game was the Cardinals-Bills.
This was a close one. It seemed like Cardinals had it all the way in the first half, but then the Bills came back. I went with Bills.
I also went with Bills
I'm
because,
3-1.
Niners division, I have a hard time choosing. Okay, next game was Titans-Bears.
Bears.
Who'd you choose?
I went with the Bears, which I was right on.
I also went with the Bears. Was that like a gut feeling for you?
It was just a gut feeling. I wasn't sure about Will Levis. It was kind of hard to go which back and forth is mostly guess.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's Caleb Williams' first game, so I thought there'd be some struggling going on, which I think there was. But, I mean, mostly they did it with defense and special teams. So
Yeah, the defense was massive for the Bears in that week.
Yeah. And I'm not a believer in Will Levis, and just felt like, Bears at home just seemed like the right thing. So those keeping track,
4-1. Okay.
see. All right, next game was Patriots-Bengals. Now, was there anybody in America that chose the Patriots over the Bengals? Bill Belichick's gone. No Tom Brady. Joe Burrow coming off an injury. Should be on fire. He's got Jamar Chase. He's got... who's the running back for the Bengals now?
The Bengals? Zach Moss. He was
Okay.
for the Colts last year. He did good numbers as a backup,
Okay.
but
Still,
he's not Joe Mixon.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
So, but still, you think, okay, Bengals at home.
Mm-hmm.
You
were thinking, Bengals are going to win.
Yep, but everybody would be wrong. Still,
Yeah, prediction.
as well, we were
I was wrong there.
wrong. The Patriots won.
Yeah.
Next, the Houston Texans versus the Colts.
Colts.
And
I went with Texans.
I also went with Texans.
We got that one.
We did get that one. I think, CJ Stroud was awesome last year, made the playoffs. Colts, Anthony Richardson didn't know where he's going to be.
Anthony was good. He played good.
Yeah, he played great.
Yeah.
He played really good.
Mhm.
It was a great game, which,
It was a good
wouldn't
game.
be able to see the whole thing, but,
Yeah.
as it is, we both chose Texans. We both win.
Yep.
All right, next, Jags versus Dolphins. Who'd you choose in that one?
I chose Dolphins.
I also chose Dolphins.
Tyreek Hill lit it up.
Yeah.
I was scared the first couple quarters because he didn't really do anything, but then he had a couple good plays, and then he was Tyreek Hill. So
He was Tyreek Hill. Well, yeah, okay. I mean, that's kind of hard to debate with. Sometimes Tyreek Hill does Tyreek Hill things,
Yeah.
and he just blows the doors off defenses, and there you go. So, I also chose Dolphins. I'm not a real big believer in the Jags this year. I know they picked up who did they get as a receiver? I forgot. They just got him.
I have no idea. They got rid
As a
of
free
Calvary
agency.
Ridley.
Maybe we should be more in the know before we do stuff like this. But
We should.
anyhow,
Oh no,
okay,
Carolina versus New
It was-
Orleans.
yeah, Panthers versus Saints. I am
I chose
sad.
the Panthers.
I did too.
I thought Bryce Young would perform better after training camp again. I thought he would just improve, but he just, well, yeah, it was interesting.
I just feel like the Saints are meh, right?
Yeah.
That's what I felt like.
I
I'm like,
thought Kamara could put up, because he haven't had 1,000 yards yet, but I don't know what to say about that.
I don't
one.
know. I mean, who knows to say about
Wrong.
Derek Carr? Wow.
Wow.
I mean, didn't see that one coming at all.
Yeah, I was wrong.
All right. So we've got the Vikings versus the Giants. I chose the Vikings, even though it was Sam Darnold as opposed to J.J. McCarthy.
I sadly chose Giants, so I'm wrong there too.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's a luck of the draw sometimes, or
I-
flip of the coin, whatever you call it.
I don't know. I
Although,
thought
Danny Dimes, really?
Danny Dimes. Better than Sam Darnold, that's what I was thinking.
Well, I mean, interestingly enough, as a 49ers fan, I know the woes of Sam Darnold. But, the year before, he played against the Seahawks in Seattle as a Carolina Panther and played remarkable. Like, it was one of the best games
He
I've
did in
seen
this.
play.
He did.
And he
good
pulled
in
it
this
out. He
game,
pulled it out
too.
another one again. So he did it again. So
We're just gonna have to see in week 2 what he's really made of.
that's true. I mean, it's a week by week, deal. So I get it. All right, Raiders Chargers.
I went with Raiders.
I went with the Chargers.
Yep.
Now,
Jim
before my
Harbaugh.
brother sees this, who is a diehard Raiders fan, and his entire household, by the way.
Yes.
I'm a Harbaugh guy, obviously. It broke my heart when he left the Niners, and he went to Michigan, and I became a Michigan fan only because of Jim Harbaugh, and I'm so happy that he got that national championship. And then he comes back to the NFL, and I was just thankful he didn't go to like a team in the NFC.
Cardinals, imagine.
Right.
Imagine the Cardinals. That'll be the end of your life.
Yeah, but they already had a coach, so they weren't really looking for a coach. But yeah,
I could have used him.
you
Michael
could have
Maynard.
actually. I was hoping he'd go to the Raiders, because he's got history there.
J.K. Dobbins performed massive numbers with the Chargers. He went crazy that game. Very surprised.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't think it was a high scoring game, but it's a good gritty win at home. Jim Harbaugh.
Yep.
All right. So Broncos versus Seahawks.
Bo Nix. I don't know. He didn't look terrible in my opinion. I think he was decent. Good quarterback. I think the problem was the Seahawks defense. They had a really good defense.
Yeah. Well, their new coach is Baltimore's DC from last year.
Mm-hmm.
So
Great
we
defense
kind of knew that
coach.
that they were going to have a better
I was right
defense
first
this year. Better. I mean, it's not the Legion of Boom, I don't think, but I mean, Seahawks at home too.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really a believer in Bo Nix yet, but he may, change my mind. I don't know.
This might be my worst pick yet. Dallas versus Cleveland. I went with the Browns.
And why would you go with the Browns?
I know. No, I thought Flacco was going
Why
to
would
start.
you go for the Browns?
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to choose teams in your division. You know, I get it. Believe me. And
Zeke came back. He didn't perform terrible, which I was surprised. I saw a little bit of that game. I watched the first quarter before I'm like, okay, this game's done.
yeah, the game was done pretty much in the first quarter. It was pretty obvious that the Browns offense was struggling. The Cowboys defense kind of made strides where they were earlier in the year last year. And even with Dan Quinn being gone and them getting the new defensive coordinator, and his name slips my mind right now, who they got as their coordinator. But anyhow,
Yeah. They're going to have to work on that offense.
I'm not really a Cowboys liker, but
That's
You know,
why.
yeah, 90s man still can't get over that. although we did get that last game, you know, Super Bowl 29. But anyhow,
All right.
yeah, I chose Cowboys on that one. Okay, Commanders.
Commanders,
Bucks.
Tampa Bay. I went with Bucks.
Wow.
Yep, and I was right.
I also went the Bucks, and yeah, it was.
But we have a hope. Jane Daniels did not look terrible. It looks like he has Lamar IV. Hopefully he can.
Envy.
Envy, yep. Hopefully he can perform like
They
him.
IV. They put an IV of Lamar
Yeah.
Jackson.
Yep.
Jaden Daniels. If only that would work, right?
Transforming talent.
Ooh, yeah.
But that secondary needs to get worked on. It's just bad. If we can work on the secondary and Jane Daniels continues to perform, I think this could be a saving franchise.
Yeah, I mean, it could
But
be.
I'm
All things are
Commanders
possible,
fan.
right?
I'm a
It's,
Commanders
I know
fan.
when you got those, when you got the goggles on, it's kind of hard to see.
Yep.
All right, Rams, Lions.
Interesting game. We saw the fourth quarter of this. This was a good game.
It was a good game. I mean, it was like a playoff type game. It was really good. It was really
Overtime.
it was really intense. Both teams, I felt like, left it all out on the field.
Yep. It's just a David Montgomery drive. The
It
last
was, man.
The last drive, David Montgomery just pounded the Rams defense.
Again, David Montgomery doing David Montgomery things.
Just destroyed the Rams.
Yeah, it was crazy. And I really think they're missing Aaron Darnold.
Yeah, Aaron
Because
Donald.
that probably wouldn't have happened.
Hopefully their young rookies can step up to this level because this is a struggle.
Right. So I did choose the Lions.
But, again, Rams did put up a good
They
fight.
put up a good
Overtime.
fight.
Not bad.
Not bad.
I did go with Detroit here.
I did too. I did too. I just think the Lions are just too good still.
Then you got Monday Night Football with Jets versus Niners. Monday night.
I chose the Niners, but I'm not
too.
going to say that I was very leery and skeptical. And, you know, the boy here, he's still in flag football. So we missed the first half, you know.
We missed the first half.
We were at practice. And so we came home. The Niners by then had a pretty decent lead, as the Niners do, which scares me sometimes because they kind of get these leads out. And then they kind of, I don't know what happens.
Their last 5 drives, they got a bunch of field goals. Like, the offense was functioning. It was working.
It's functioning, but I mean, I realize it's the first game of the season. I mean, how many of those guys even play together? Ayuk just came back. Trent Williams just came back.
Debo performed great. And even Jordan Mason, the backup. For
Dude, that guy
Christian
was
McCaffrey.
awesome.
He pounded through
That was-
that Jets
yeah.
defense.
He
Which,
did.
by the way, Jets defense is not a bad defense. It is a very young and stacked defense.
It's true, and they got Robert Saleh. I had personal experience with him, not personal, but Niners experience with him, and he's got good chops when it comes to doing defense. And
Yeah.
I think America may have hoped that Aaron Rodgers, which by the way, Aaron Rodgers did Aaron Rodgers things.
He was good.
He was good. I mean, he threw that dime to Lazard.
Lazard for that touchdown.
For that touchdown, silly Niners, offsides, and then they're off kilter for the whole play, and but that's what Aaron Rodgers does. He takes advantage of those situations. He did it again, dropped the dime in there, and that's what I'm thinking about. Okay, here we go again.
Here we go again.
It's the
Aaron Rodgers.
and Aaron Rodgers, elite quarterback, going to come in and shred the Niners defense, but it didn't
It
happen.
didn't happen.
And
I mean, he did a little bit of damage.
he did damage. Enough damage was done. So I ended up the season. I'm sorry, correction. I ended up last week winning
Got
14 games,
1, 2.
missing out on 2, which I'm impressed with myself that I called that many. It was the ones that I lost was Panthers Saints, which I mean that was my fault, I suppose. And the other one was Patriots Bengals, which nobody in America got that one.
Yeah, I got
Unless
that.
you're a diehard New England fan.
How many did you miss?
2.
I missed 5. So you are champion for this week.
That's right.
But
superior. I'm
now,
feeling the superior.
on to predictions.
Okay.
This
ooh.
is probably going to come out very bad.
Well, it
Who
is
knows?
what it is.
It's NFL. Everything changes.
Yeah, but we carefully studied and analyzed all things.
Carefully. Very carefully.
We put on our scientific glasses and we researched.
I'm kidding. This is the first time I've seen this schedule. So this is
I knew it was playing Thursday night, but
I know it's Thursday night.
sometimes you just kind of got to go with your guts on some of these things.
Here we go.
All right, go for it.
My predictions for Thursday Night Football: Buffalo Bills, Dolphins. I think the Dolphins can pull it off. I think they can win.
Really?
Yes, I think Josh Allen's gonna choke.
You think Josh Allen's going to choke?
Yeah.
Because it's in Miami, or
It's in Miami. Yeah, it's at home. I feel like the Dolphins are always better when they're at home because of their heat. They're used to the heat. But who knows? We'll find out.
strange noises are afoot. Did you hear that? That might be the doom
Oh, boy.
saying that was a wrong pick because I chose the Buffalo Bills.
So one of us is wrong.
Well, one of us is wrong.
Unless they tie.
I mean, okay, well, I get the home field advantage, but it's so too early in the season.
Yeah, you don't
And
know.
it's, I mean, okay, I
They almost
understand.
lost to the Cardinals.
Okay. Okay, but think about it. They were behind, and they came back, and
They did come back. You can't let Josh Allen get in his groove because once he gets in his groove, it's
this
over.
is true. This is true.
All right.
I think he gets in his groove. I think it's a short week, and I think that they're still on the high. And let's face it, Miami barely eked out the win over the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Jaguars.
Barely. All right. Sunday games. We have
Sunday.
a lot of Sunday games.
Well,
First.
Sunday's football day.
Yep.
Actually, it's the day we reverence our Lord. Should be, and
Okay.
and football happens to be in there too. All right, go ahead.
Raiders, Baltimore. I think Lamar Jackson can defeat this Raiders team. Yep.
Yeah, I agree. The second week up against, I'm picking against the Raiders. And it's hard because, the Raiders defense is not that bad anymore.
Yeah, it's not terrible. It's good.
It's not terrible. Okay, and you know what? Even Gardner Minshew, I think, pretty much did a decent job.
Yeah.
He's not lighting the world on fire,
He's
but
not lighting the world on fire.
decent. I feel like it'd be different if
This
they
is-
still had Josh Jacobs.
This is what they want out of him. Pretty much, like, nothing amazing. Just, like, a 7-10 season. I think that's what they're aiming for this year. I think. With Gardner Minshew.
They're aiming for mediocrity?
Well, with Gardner Minshew, I don't know.
Well,
He's just a medium quarterback. He's just average.
I mean, it's hard in their division for them
Yeah.
to try to get into the postseason. They are going to have to win more than half their games.
Speaking of divisions, we have Chargers, Panthers next.
I also chose
Chargers, yep.
No, I chose the Ravens in that last one.
Oh, you chose Ravens?
I did choose Ravens.
All right, nice.
I know that Lamar might be a little. He mispracticed yesterday, or
Oh.
Monday, but
He'll be fine. He's
he'll
going
be
to play
fine.
Sunday.
Yeah, he'll play Sunday. He'll be fine. And okay, so Chargers, Carolina. Yeah, I also chose the
Yeah.
Chargers. I mean, this is one of those no-brainer ones.
Yep,
I think.
I thought Carolina was going to be good. So, like, these are my expectations for Bryce Young, and it just sunk down after week 1.
Yeah, it's hard, man. You cheer for these guys sometimes. You
Yeah,
want
you
them to
cheer
do
for
really
them.
well. And, maybe he will. I just think that the Chargers have more of it together. I'm just being honest. Justin Herbert's been there for, 4 or 5 years now. Jim Harbaugh's a, veteran coach. I know they're kind of lag in the receiver department, but Harbaugh's a ground and pound guy, and then goes and gets a field goal. I know that's what he did a lot of the times with the Niners. So, and it works, right?
New Orleans Saints versus Dallas.
I mean,
This is sad for me as a Commanders fan. For
I
the
know, it's-
Cowboys to go 2-0.
yeah, Cowboys are going 2-0. I mean, they're at home, where they really shine at home.
Yeah.
The Saints.
defense is
Why is
good.
it I don't want to believe? Why do I not believe in the Saints? Do you want to believe in the Saints?
I don't believe in Derek Carr.
Okay.
Derek Carr is good. He's okay.
Right.
He looked really good in week 1. So I don't know what happened to him, but
Well, he had 3 months.
he had 3 months. Yeah, he had a
You know
while.
what I mean? I don't know if he's good on the long haul.
It's Chris Olave. They didn't use Chris Olave. That's what it was. They used Raheed Shaheed was a main factor last week, I think.
Yeah, I would agree. So, but I'm still going with Dallas. They
Yeah,
got
Dallas.
they got that defense, man, and it rolls at home. Probably the toughest place to win on the road. I don't know how Green Bay pulled off what they pulled off last
Yeah.
year in the playoffs.
That was crazy.
It was crazy. It was like one of those they flipped a switch. Like, oh, I don't know how to play defense anymore.
The Cowboys defense just did not show up.
Yeah, but I mean, again, not necessarily a Cowboys lover by any stretch of imagination, but yeah, I think they're going to go 2-0. All right, Tampa Bay at Detroit. The Lions.
Okay.
Roar. So,
I'm
are
going
Lions at home 2 weeks in a row now?
Baker Mayfield. I think can win it.
Really?
Yep. Baker Mayfield. I'm a believer.
Baker's going to be cooking.
He
man.
looks so good against my Commanders. He was dropping dimes like almost every play, and it was sad.
Well, I
Mike
agree.
Evans, Chris Godwin, they got their big running back, which is Rashad White, which is looked really good. This offense looked really good.
It does, but Detroit's defense looks really good too.
All right. Well,
I mean, they got all those new guys in the backfield or in the secondary. David Montgomery, as we know. And Goff is not that bad. It's hard to explain. I don't know. He's a scheme guy.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't know what happened in L.A. But, I mean, he still got to a Super Bowl in L.A.
Yeah.
But, and it was against the Patriots of all people. Maybe that goes different if it's not the Patriots. But Goff ain't bad.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think at home still, because I think they played at home last week too, didn't they?
They
They
played
were
at
at home.
home,
Yeah, so they started out with 2
home
home games. So I mean, somewhere in the schedule they're gonna have later in the schedule to play have more away games. But I'm still going with Detroit.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. And
Indy at Green Bay. Who you got?
I got the Packers.
I got the Packers as well. I know Jordan Love's hurt.
Oh, yeah.
But it's still kind of think he's going to play, I think. Last time I checked, it was like he was doubtful. He wasn't like completely out. He's not on IR or anything.
Yeah. He'll be okay.
But I got to be honest with you, I don't know who the backup is.
I believe they traded for a quarterback from the Titans. I don't remember his name. But
We need to do more research. We'll do more research, but it is still early in the week.
Josh Jacobs hopefully can perform better.
Josh Jacobs is a stud.
He is a stud. He was average last week. He was,
I think the Green Bay defense is underrated.
mm-hmm.
I think that
Yeah, this defense is good.
it's a good defense.
And then their backup running back, Emmanuel Wilson, also looks pretty spicy.
But then again, Anthony Richards could light him up too. But I don't know. It just seems to me when good teams are pushed up against the wall, like with an injury or something, they just kind of come out of it with like no problem for some reason. So I'm going with Green Bay as well. Cleveland at Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
Is that your choice?
Yep, Jax. All the way.
Okay. Why is that?
Why is that? It's mostly the defense. The defense looks okay. I'm hoping he can step up his game to what last season was. He really did great last season, and hopefully we're going to see another great season from him again.
I agree with those.
Mm-hmm.
I also am going to throw in there, I have no faith in the Cleveland Browns.
No,
I mean, their offense looked like, I realize it's the Dallas Cowboys or defense, but I mean, they are at home.
it's not going to be the old Browns. I feel like it's still going to be a functioning Browns, but
That's true. I mean, and let me kind of go back on my own words a little bit. I mean, Dallas Cowboys fans travel heavy. I mean, they were all over that stadium.
Mm-hmm.
So it probably wouldn't even feel like a home game to the
Yeah.
Browns.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what's up with Deshaun Watson. Like, they pulled him out of Houston, and I don't know if it was his coach was Bill O'Brien. I don't know if it was that guy or what, but whoever's – and I know Stefanski is actually a pretty decent coach, but I don't know why there's a disconnect between what we're seeing on the field with Deshaun Watson and what he's actually capable of. I don't know if it's his mind's, happened to – with his legal issues and so on and so forth, or I don't really want to get into that. I just, for some reason, I just don't believe in the Browns. I believe in Myles Garrett, but the Browns, I'm going with Jacksonville as well.
Yep.
All right. Next up, Sunday. I
Yep.
got the Niners.
Sunday night football, I believe. Oh,
Sunday Night Football, Niners, Vikings.
Niners.
I also chose Niners. I mean, I'm biased.
We'll see
I'm not
Christian
gonna lie.
McCaffrey, and he'll probably light it up.
Are they going to play Christian McCaffrey? See, the Niners are in kind of a good spot because Jordan Mason, I mean, dude, that was awesome what he did on Monday. And it's not like what Elijah Mitchell did. I like Elijah Mitchell. But unfortunately, he's just had massive injury after massive injury. And so we never knew what he's capable of. But seeing what Jordan Mason did, and he ran like Marshawn. I mean, he just bounced off people like a pinball. And so the running game is still stout for San Francisco, whether Christian McCaffrey's in or Jordan Mason's in. And now maybe they can do this like double whammy thing where they just kind of go back and forth.
That's how I thought it was going to be with Mitchell. But then Mitchell got hurt, and it was just bad.
And it's Vikings. It is a home for Vikings. I don't know. I don't know if a home advantage is that much of an advantage in the NFL anymore, like it used to be in the older days. But Justin Jefferson's a stud. Our secondary, the Niners secondary, I think it's getting a little bit better. I don't know if Hufanga will be back. If Hufanga's back, that'll be great. I think that'll pretty much cinch the win for the Niners. I'm still going with the Niners anyway, but and Sam Darnold, I think they're going to run that poor kid ragged. I mean, they're going to be all over him. And I don't know where Bosa was on Monday night. I mean, he was there, but I don't think they called his name a whole lot. I'd like to see Bosa get some sacks. I need to see him get in through that offensive line and pull some sacks and start getting that defense rolling again. I do believe Nick Sorensen's going to get it all together. I think within the next few weeks we'll see what that defense is made of. All right.
Seahawks, New England.
I chose Seahawks.
Division rival.
I don't like doing that, but
It's Seahawks, yeah.
I mean, it's a Seahawks. It's on the road. Okay, so that means they're probably playing. They're playing a different time zone, so they're probably playing at different times. They're playing like their biological clock's gonna be like at 10 in the morning, right? But
all right,
dude, the defense is coming around for Seahawks. I'm scared of them. I'm starting to get scared of them. So, I just don't think New England can pull off 2 weeks in a row either.
Jets, Titans.
Jets bounce back.
Yep.
Jets. I mean,
I'm a firm believer in Rodgers.
I don't want to be,
but you are.
But, I mean, you have to. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. It's Aaron Rodgers.
It's Aaron Rodgers.
It's Aaron Rodgers. What are you gonna do? And Tennessee. Again, I'm not really a believer in anything that's going on in Tennessee.
They look good in the first half. They look good.
Everything.
They shut down Caleb Williams. We'll see.
We'll see. All right. Next is your team, the
Commanders.
Giants at the Commanders.
Commanders.
I'm also going with Commanders.
I'm sorry. Jaden Daniels better than Daniel Jones. I'm sorry. I'm
You're not
just.
the
I could be
problem.
wrong. I could be wrong.
Well, we could be wrong, but
we could see.
yeah, not a believer in the Giants in general. But I don't know what's going on there, man. They're just all over the place. We got an onlooker. You agreeing? We have a peanut gallery.
Yes.
Are you agreeing with me?
Yes.
Yes.
He said yes.
My other son says.
Did they hear me or not?
You
Now
what?
they hear me.
I don't think I can hear you or not. I don't know if the
All right.
microphone can pick up your voice.
Rams, Cardinals, division rivals. I have the Rams for this one.
I do
think.
too.
Thanks.
Either way, it's a losing situation for me.
Stafford has enough in the tank for me to go on for another good season.
Well, I mean, this is a quote unquote a road game, but it's basically like a 10-minute flight to
Who
Arizona
knows?
from LA, and so it's not going to be that much of a difference, I think, at all for them. It's going to be more of a home game for them anyway because their fans travel well.
Who knows? Maybe Marvin Harrison will light up, though. We'll see.
Yeah, where was he the first week? Maybe they just weren't sure of him or something.
He got 4 yards receiving.
Although I will admit, I don't know if I mentioned it prior to this, but Kyler Murray looked pretty good.
He did look good.
For some of that game, which
Some of that game.
yeah.
It wasn't his fault.
No. Okay, yeah, I also went with the Rams. So
the Steelers versus the Denver Broncos.
at Denver. Who are you going with?
I went with Broncos. Bo
Ah,
Nix.
really?
Nix.
Steelers. I mean,
We're going to have to see.
that's probably one of the toughest games
This
to
is
choose.
just a guess.
I mean, I mean, they're probably rolling with Justin Fields again, I'd imagine.
I imagine, dude. Well,
And
who knows?
Bo
Maybe
Nix.
Russell could
Bo Nix
pan
is
out.
still rough around the edge. You can see there's talent there, but he's very rough around the edges.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know, man. It's the Steelers.
Yeah.
It's still Mike Tomlin, excuse me, and it's his system. He finds a way to like win these gritty games, like he did last week against the Falcons. It was a gritty game. They won. It was an ugly win. They didn't get a touchdown, but
Yeah.
I think that might change this week. I think Bo Nix throws a dumb, stupid interception to Minka Fitzpatrick.
All right.
Let's put that on the. Let's put that in there in the prediction, extra prediction. Minka Fitzpatrick. If I said that correctly, Minka Fitzpatrick. Sorry, I'm saying that 5 times fast. It's
My
hard.
extra prediction
Interception.
is Xavier Worthy goes crazy. I have this guy on my fantasy team. I watched this guy play in Texas, which is my favorite college team. I'm hoping this guy can blow it up. I'm hoping he can blow up the Bengals. That's my prediction.
I think Patrick Mahomes will blow up the Bengals one.
Yep, but Xavier Worthy will be too fast. And
They got speed again with this kid. They do.
yeah. Speaking of it, that is our next matchup. We have Bengals versus the
I
Chiefs.
think it's obvious. I choose the Chiefs.
I chose Chiefs too.
Yeah.
I don't
know
know
something's wrong.
what happened there, but Joe Burrow did not look like Joe Burrow.
No, I think he might have done something to his wrist or something.
I don't know. His wrist got injured last year. I don't know if that was a fact. I didn't see highlights, but we're just gonna. I'm rolling with the Chiefs.
Chiefs at home, their home opener. How can you not roll with the Chiefs? It's just
He's sad.
I'm very sad.
Bears versus the Texans. C.J. Stroud.
C.J. Stroud.
1 word, 2 words.
Nico
C.J.
Collins.
Stroud.
Stephon Diggs.
That receiving core is amazing.
Joe
Yeah.
Mixon.
This is a great matchup because we have possibly the 2 best receiving cores of all time.
All time?
Not all time.
You're gonna make that proclamation?
Not of all time, but like in
There's
this
a
time.
lot of people that would. Yeah, okay.
Bears have Keenan Allen. They have DJ Moore. They have all these guys, and then they have Nico Collins, Tank Dell, Stephon Diggs. That's just insane. How could you not be happy?
the Texans are stacked at receiver.
Joe Mixon obviously proved to be
Yeah,
good
I mean
at.
it'd be hard to defend. But although if there's a defense that could hang with them, it would be the Bears.
Would be the Bears.
It would be the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that the experience that CJ has over Caleb Williams, I think Caleb Williams, I just feel like the Texans are going to win. I think Caleb Williams, I think the Texans defense is going to be more of a obstacle to Caleb Williams than the Bears defense being an obstacle to CJ Stroud. I'll just put it that way.
All right, and for our Monday Night Football game,
Monday Night Football.
Falcons versus Eagles.
The bird war.
The Bird War.
Angry birds.
The Angry
We're
Birds.
gonna see some feathers flying.
Feathers flying.
Feathers flying from the peanut gallery.
Yeah.
All right, well, which
Is that
feathers?
Peanut
Huh?
gallery?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
peanut
peanut.
gallery.
Okay.
So I have the Eagles here. Just Saquon, the AJ Brown. This offense and defense is just loaded with good names here. Lots of skill positions on this offense.
Penalties.
Penalties. Illegal
That's-
formation.
Illegal formation. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that
I
the
don't know what
Falcons
it
worked
is.
on that this week.
Yep.
I mean, Kirk Cousins was making like rookie moves. Like he was snapping the ball into the guy coming across in motion, causing a fumble. I mean, let's face it. If some penalty flags didn't save a couple of those turnovers, T.J. Watt single-handedly destroyed
Yeah.
the Falcons' offense,
Yeah.
and they probably
TJ
should have
Watt.
had. I mean, the score was. Not, it would have
There should have been
that
4
close.
sacks in that game. TJ
Yeah.
was so mad.
T.J. Watt, man. So and it's another reason why T.J. Watt going into Mile High, Bo Nix. I mean, good luck. But yeah, I also chose the Eagles. Look, I'm not an Eagles fan either. The Eagles, look, you can't deny that Jalen Hurts has got talent. A.J. Brown went off.
AJ Brown.
They
was
got Saquon who went off. So, and their defense isn't that bad. I think they took a little bit of a hit last year and got criticized. I think they've stepped it up a little bit. So, I think that the Eagles are definitely going to beat the Falcons. Whether they're going to win their division or not remains to be seen. But they definitely beat the Falcons. So those are our predictions for this week. And
our wrong mistakes from last week.
our wrong mistakes from last week. We'll be back next week.
Thank you, and like and subscribe for more content like this.
Right.
Thank you.